Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to coverage of the APA World Pool Championships from here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. This event, of course, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I'm joined by the very lovely striking Viking, Ava Mattia-Lawrence, legend of the game. Good to see you again, Ava.
Hi, Jason. You're not doing that whole thing again, are you?
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay,
We got a
all
long
right.
ways to go, folks. So we have arrived at the first of our 5 championships at this year's World Championships. Of course, we're talking about the Ladies 8-Ball Championship, Ava. I know one of your favorite events.
I love this, and following the ladies, obviously we are co-ed, you have men playing with women and everything else, but this one is kind of special. They all become really good friends throughout the year when
Right.
they're playing in the league and everything else. So, yeah, I love this event.
You seem to see a lot more camaraderie with the ladies event as well as enthusiasm is what I would say. They get really excited. They get really into the match. So
Absolutely.
should be an exciting match, folks. Let's run you through some of the ground rules real quickly while the players are preparing to lag. Of course, some of the rules of the Ladies 8-Ball Championship, as Ava mentioned, female-only teams with a maximum of 5 players allowed on a roster. The teams are going to choose 3 players to compete in this match. So, again, 5 players on the roster. Each team will send 3 players up in this match. There is a handicap limit of 13 for all of the players. That's a combined limit of 13. Of course, APA rules apply. Standard coaching rules apply, and they are playing by the 3-point scoring system. We'll take a look at the 3-point scoring system here to get you acclimated if you're not familiar. Of course, if the winner shuts out their opponent, they do get 3 points. If the losing player makes it to the hill, they split 2-1. And if the losing player wins at least one game but does not get to the hill, they're going to split points 2-0. Look at our payout here. Of course, these two teams are competing for $10,000 first place prize money. The runner-up's going to take home $5,000. You're seeing kind of the breakdown here of what the payouts are, of course. And, Dave, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but this event is actually 100% payback of the entry fee. So everything that comes in goes back out to these teams. So kind of a nice benefit there as well. And seeing the total event payout, a whopping $1.2 million and change here at the World Pool Championships. You can see the breakdown there. But all in all, a lot of cash is going to be paid out here this week, Ava, and it's going to start right here this afternoon.
This is so amazing to me. I mean, the payouts with all this going on, and you have the mini manias going on at the same time. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of money to be made out here.
We'll introduce you to the 2 teams competing here in the finals. We have from Chicago, Illinois, the team of the Apocalipsticks. They are opposed by a team from Blue Springs, Missouri, Hensley's Angels. So you've got the Apocalipsticks. You've got Hensley's Angels. I believe the players are about ready to lag at the table. You are seeing in white Darlene Dantes. Looks like she has won the lag and will have the break. In the background in black, you see her opponent, Katlyn Harris, looking on as Darlene. Not what she was looking to do there, Ava. Maybe a little
No.
bit of the nerves that we're seeing that come with
You
the
bet.
final
We're in
round
the
here.
finals right here, playing for 10,000, and chalk is free, so chalk it up. But
Right.
in what's great about our rules is that is not a foul until the balls have actually been broken. So she scratched. However, she gets to shoot again.
Right.
And remember, this is an amateur league, so this is not like the pros where any mistake you make,
you're
or
gonna
there's
see
a
some
few
mistakes.
adjustments
You will
in
see
the amateurs
mistakes.
to make it more fun, more fair.
So Darlene will have a second chance at it here.
That's better. And she did make the 7 balls, so Darlene's going to have the solids.
Yeah, and you know what that might have done, Ava? That, the room seemed a little tense, as it always does as we get into the finals. Of course, a lot of money on the line, a lot of spectators here. Of course, we have the stream broadcast, and so there's always some kind of early tension, and it takes a little bit. But, maybe with what happened there, everybody kind of loosens up and gets a giggle in, and now they go to work doing
And
what
I
they love.
liked her attitude. Instead of being all embarrassed and upset and everything, she just smiled and chalked up and, saw the humor in it.
Sure.
So, yeah, it probably loosened her up as well a little bit.
She now pockets the
shot.
3 ball in the corner. Off to a good start here for Darlene.
And that 6 ball, I do believe the 6 is makeable, just barely. And she may want to get that out of the way right now because she has to be just right on that 6 to be able to make it. She can cheat the pocket a little bit if she has to.
She's asked the referee for a bridge. Give her a little extension.
Good thing for Darlene is all of her balls are open up on the table. There are no messes. That cluster you see down there, they're all stripes. So Darlene definitely has the advantage in this rack.
She pockets the 6 in the corner.
Yeah, and she failed to leave herself a shot. The 4 ball, she just bumped into it and it came out, so she doesn't have a shot here. This needs to. It doesn't even look like she can hit anything but the 4.
Darlene, of course, a member of the Apocalypsticks, one of your favorite team names, right? I saw you
I
smile
thought
when I
that
said
was
the Apocalypsticks.
yeah,
You like that name.
I love the creativity, the creativity
Sure.
these teams have when it comes to coming up with team names, and that one's pretty good.
Oh, trust me, we see some creative team names back in St. Louis. Some that we don't allow, but they're creative nonetheless. But the Apocalypsticks, that's a good one. Darlene shooting, looks like on the 2 ball here. I can't tell. Actually, that's the 4 ball
it's
there.
The 4 ball, and she's going to have a referee come over. Katlyn asked for the referee to come over here to make sure there was no double hit on the 4. So instead, she's going to shoot away from it. I think that was a smart move. It's tough not to hit that cue ball twice and commit a foul. So now she's safe hitting the side of it, but straight in the pocket. She had to put a little bit of draw, a little low on that to avoid the scratch.
So we'll get a first look at Katlyn Harris here. Katlyn surveying the table. She will be shooting the striped balls, or the higher number balls.
The first thing you want to do when you have these situations and there's that clusters to see if there's one ball you can shoot to open up the rest of them, and I think she did just that. She got the trouble ball out of the way. It looks like she should be able to make the 9, just barely. The 15 has, I think that's the 15 that has the, or maybe the 12 ball that has, you can see right, oh, this is the 10 ball, has it blocked a little bit, but not much. Good, smart shot. She wanted to come up a little bit higher on the cue ball there to get a shot on the 15. I don't think she can make the 14, so she's going to have to come straight down here and shoot the 13 into the corner instead.
Both of these players are skill level 4s, which means they race to 3. Games must win. It's 3 for each. Secure the match.
All right, good shot. Let the cue ball go there a little bit, but she's got a couple of balls to shoot at here, either the 11 or the 10.
Katlyn and her teammates from Hensley's Angels. They hail from Blue Springs, Missouri, where they play out of the side pockets there.
She played with good speed. She missed it, obviously, but the 14 ball she would have had available. And the good thing is here, she hasn't left an easy shot for Darlene. I'm not even sure. I don't think she can make that 2 ball. I think the move here is just to roll the cue ball up on the left, hit it the left side of the 1, and have it drift down to the end cushion, possibly behind the 5, to where she has blocked almost all options. Just a little too hard, but she
Nice
she did
safety.
good. There's nothing for Katlyn to shoot at here. Good shot. Defense is such a big part of this game.
Absolutely.
8 ball, 9 ball, I don't care what you play. You got to play the smart shot all the time, not just be the hero that runs out. All right, ball in hand.
Well, I think she made contact, right? Did she get one to a rail?
I don't think she made contact with her ball, though. Did she? Did she do that? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. You're right. All right, 2 ball open. Take a good look at this. Just drift the cue ball down. Just follow it down, and she'll have the 5 ball next.
Fails to pocket the 2 in the corner. Give Katlyn another opportunity here. Both of these teams coming off very exciting semifinal round matches that concluded maybe a half an hour ago. So they've got some table time under their belt this morning or this afternoon.
That was a good shot, unless she followed it too far. No.
It holds on there in the corner.
A little smile there. Calm down.
I think that was the 11 ball. She's shooting on the 15 now here.
It's a good solid shot. One of the things that people ask me the most on the amateur rank is how do you make the straight in shots?
Sure.
You know, long straight in shots is what people tend to have a real problem with.
I know all about it.
You do. I've seen
Those
it.
aren't the only shots I have problems with, but those are one of them.
They're up there, huh?
Yeah, they're on the list.
What? She handled that like a champ, and she ended up getting awarded here too by being dead straight in. It looks like on the 14, just hit and stop.
Takes
Nice.
the 14 all the way down to the corner, leaves herself on the 10 ball.
Just drifted up enough. That's perfect. Now, our question is, if she feels comfortable about drawing the ball, she can come back for the 8 in the side, or she can try to slam it and come out. But you got to make the ball. Yeah, you got to make the ball. You want to create an angle. Wait a minute, she did make the ball.
Oh.
Nope. But you see where it landed. So Darlene still has some work to do because she has at least 2 balls that really want to go in that pocket where the 10 ball is.
Darlene and her teammates play out of a couple locations. Chris's Billiards as well as 10 Cat up there in the Chicago area. So a lot of APA teams up in Chicago, and they play out of a couple different places. And I talked to both of these ladies' teams, and they both essentially put together to compete, you know, in a tournament to get to this tournament. So all kind of came together through league play, obviously, and have bonded well the last couple days here in Las Vegas.
Oh, that was a risky shot. To be able to pull that off, you had to have perfect speed in order to be able to snooker her, and she hit it way too hard. An open shot for Katlyn here.
Big opportunity.
You bet.
Again, this is a race to 3.
She just has some traffic to avoid. Make sure she doesn't get behind.
She gets the 10 to go.
Good job.
Leaves herself a shot on the 8. She'll grab that pocket marker. We'll see what kind of lucky charm she's using. Looks like a half 8 ball. Appropriate.
I like it. Kind of to the point.
No confusion about the half 8 ball and what it's for. Katlyn Harris shooting on the 8 ball here. And she can't quite get it to drop.
Oops.
Going to give Darlene another opportunity at the table here, so we'll see.
Still nothing easy for Darlene, though. She's got a thin cut on the 2 ball there. And it's a must make unless she plays safe here and hits the right side of the 5 and drifts the cue ball behind the 1 and 4. You can see the 8 ball's hanging, so she's got to make sure she really snookers her this time, or it's a must make. Looks like she's going for the safe. Just play speed here. Hit half of the 5 ball and play speed to make sure she gets behind those. Nice shot. Kept a level head there. It's not what you want to do because she knows that if I mean, all Katlyn has to do is hit the 8 ball and it's going to go.
So how does she get there, Ava? She's going to take a timeout, a wise move. This is her team captain.
She's got a
Renee Hayes gonna.
Yeah, she's got a tough way to go because the 2 ball is kind of blocking the path she wants to hit to be able to make the 8. So it looks to me if you're going to avoid hitting the 2 ball, you need to put some right on it with the angle she has. The side pocket is right there too. So if you go past the side pocket, you're going to be too long. And I don't think she has a curve shot in her repertoire. We rarely see that, obviously, with a 4.
Right.
So she's looking to see if she can play it short of the 2 and put some left spin on it. Quite a bit to make it long enough. And she'll have to hit this softly. If you hit this firm with a lot of left, it's going to come up short. So you have to really kind of lengthen it with slow speed and a lot of spin.
Well, she's got to be careful here, too, because, again, she scratches.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to give this ever-important first game to Darlene. So.
And not that 4s cannot run 4 balls with ball in hand, no question, obviously they can. But it's more important you don't foul here and follow the cue ball in, like you said, than it is to give up ball in hand. But she's going to have to really lengthen this with left spin and hit it on the soft side, just enough to make it.
She's going to remember to mark the pocket there. She almost forgot.
And the team can remind. That's not considered a timeout.
Right.
The team can remind her to do that. So
going for it here with the angle.
see if she can. Yeah, that was way too firm. That left spin's not going to take if you hit it that hard as much as it would with a slower speed. So we'll see now.
So Darlene will return to the table, this time with ball in hand.
That's important for Darlene to make the 4 ball first. That's the real problem ball right there. You don't want to shoot the combo. You can shoot the 1 and get it out of the way if you want to. So she needs to make the 1 or the 4 at this point, because those are the 2 balls that could create a problem. And then you want to get to the 2 ball as soon as possible as well, because it's on the rail. Smart shot.
If you're just now tuning in, I know we've got a lot of viewers just now joining us. You are watching live coverage of the final round of the Ladies 8-Ball Championship here at the APA World Championships in Las Vegas. At the table is Darlene Dantes of the team Apocalipsticks out of Chicago. Darlene pocketing the 1 in the side pocket. Turn her attention to the 5 ball.
Hitting this with low, I would have loved to see her hit that with some high to get down and back up again. And now she has left herself one of 2 tough shots here.
Well, and at this point, it's all or nothing, right? I mean, she's got the 8 ball sitting in the pocket, not much traffic.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's tough, because even if she looks at the bank, and if she makes the bank, she would have to hit it with some power follow to come around 2 rails for the 2 ball, if that angle is even available to her. She got herself in a bit of a mess. It's one of those in hindsight that the captain probably wished just she would have come up right before that happened. But
so she is going to take a timeout. You see Pia Yang, her teammate, also skill level 6, giving Darlene what she hopes will be some helpful advice.
And this is the best advice you could give her, because the bank is tough, the cut is tough. If you make the bank, though, you'll have a tough shot again on the 2. If you make this 2 ball, you have a great shot on the 4. So this was a smart decision. Tough, thin cut. Oh, she hit it really well.
Great shot.
That's one of those where it's about keeping your head cool. You know, we all know where you're supposed to hit it to make it, especially if you're a 4, but to do it when the pressure is on, and she knew she had built-in position. And a lot of times having your coach tell you what to do, you feel more allowed to do it. Like, you can do this. Okay, I can?
Right.
All right, good. Oh, no, she didn't.
Ouch.
Oh, wow. That was painful.
So she scratches. That will give ball in hand to Katlyn. She'll mark her pocket. And if she can avoid scratching, she will take the first game.
Yeah, Darlene just put some center on that, and tangent line just brought it straight into the corner. If she had put high on it, she would have been fine, but she just... That was painful, especially after that great shot she made on the 2, but it came all the way down to the 8, and Hensley's Angels are on the board.
Katlyn Harris, that first game, now leading 1-0 in a race to 3. She will have the break. Darlene will prepare the rack. We will update our scorecards here.
Well, all Darlene can do now is try to remember that great shot she made on the 2. You got to let it go. You cannot, what usually happens here, even for the pros, is you start thinking about, if I'd have made that, I'd have been on the hill, and then all of a sudden your match goes down.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, yeah. You can't have those thoughts. You got to be able to move on. And I'm guessing, based on their experience here over the last several days, it's probably not the first time they've had to overcome some adversity. So I would expect, of course, both of these teams come into this final round undefeated. So,
yeah. If you play pool at all, or if you play sports at all,
right,
the sooner you learn that you're not invincible, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to make stupid mistakes, you're going to lose obvious games you should have won. It's just part of the game.
Right.
We're not robots.
Katlyn Harris with her first break here. Pockets 2 balls.
2 stripes. So a bit of a backwards cut on the 11. Looks like it's all she's got here. And it's not a bad thing. She's going to go into the 14 and 9 to try to move things around, because you can see the 10 ball there. 7 ball is blocking the pocket there. This is not an open table by any means. So usually you don't want to run into balls unless you absolutely have to.
Makes a nice shot on the 11 there in the corner. A little bit of a mess there at the bottom of the table, however.
Yeah, there's a lot of work. You know what? She might be. I would say shoot that. Go ahead and shoot that 9, that combo on the 9 here. Even if she can make the 10, if you shoot the combo on the 9, you can at least maybe block that pocket and at the same time get something to come down here. Maybe knock the 7 out of the way.
Gets the, I believe, 12 ball to go. Our blues and our purples are always a little bit of a challenging here on the screens, but
we're a bit far away too from seeing the actual table, which is good, because then that kind of ensures that the players are not going to hear us talking as far as, oh my goodness, I can't believe she did that.
How could you say that about me?
All right, that was a good shot. She did pocket one of Darlene's balls there, the solids, but that was not a bad move. At least she opened up hers in case she gets back to the table.
Again, the Ladies 8-Ball Championship is the first of 5 championships that we'll be bringing you over the next several days. We've got Ladies 8-Ball Championship today. Tomorrow we'll have the 9-Ball Championship, and then on Tuesday we'll have the Jack and Jill Doubles Championship. Darlene pockets the 6 in the side. Ava, it's been an outstanding week so far. I know you just got in yesterday, right?
I did.
Had the opportunity to take in the pool party last night.
I did that too.
Great time, wasn't it? It's always a really good time, but it was packed last night.
Yeah. And the dancing and the music, and it was absolutely crazy. A bunch of people in the pool. And what I love are all the different stations, like the temporary tattoo, they get the painted, and the
character artist and the balloons.
It's
really great time.
It was great.
If you missed it, but you're here in Vegas or you're on your way to Vegas, the good news is we will have another pool party on Thursday night, so should be another great time. In the meantime, we've got great action here, the Westgate Resort and Casino.
And Darlene has played this really in a smart way. What she would love to do now, and I don't know that she knows the shot. Oh, no, she does not, is to shoot the 2 ball into the 3. The 2 would go. If all you have to do is hit the left side of the 3 ball, and the 2 ball would have been made in the side, and then knock that 3, because that's in a really kind of a yucky spot right there. Anytime the ball is close to that side pocket on the rail is kind of a tricky thing. We'll see what she's going to do. If she can make this 3 now, if it is past the side where she's not going to scratch, then that may be the move. Ooh. And shooting over a ball.
Katlyn will return to the table and look to clean up what by all accounts, is a bit of a mess there at the bottom of the table. She, of course, has high balls or striped balls.
I saw a question on here. I just looked over at your computer, and it said, is it a pool party or a pool party? And yes,
it's
is
both.
The answer.
It's both. It's the ultimate pool party.
Hi, Heather. Yeah, it's definitely, it's both. It was down by the pool outside, and it was great. It was really great.
Nice job there by Katlyn to pocket the 9.
And here's the do or die shot. Again, Katlyn got perfect on this ball. It's almost completely dead straight in. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball, which always helps. Just drift it up, and she'll have a shot on the 14, and the 8's right there. This is the shot. And, oh, wow.
Beautiful.
She missed it, but it glanced off the 1. She missed it badly enough where it glanced off the 1 and went anyway. So a little help from her friend, the 14 ball there, or the 1 ball. We'll see if she can follow this down and get straight on the 8.
Lots of folks saying hi, Ava.
Hi.
All over the country.
Oh, hi. This is Micah, and she gets mad at me because I always screw up her the pronunciation, but she's one of my players from our area.
Oh,
so,
cool.
yeah.
I bet you got a lot of players out here, too, huh?
I do. I do.
All right, Katlyn's going to call a timeout here, or her captain is going to call a timeout, her captain Renee Hayes, who you see at the table, giving her some advice.
You know, it's a little bit of a tricky. It's a good time to take a timeout and kind of talk about it, because if you don't follow this enough, you got a tough shot on the 8. If you follow too far, you could scratch. Oh, no, she wasn't straight in. All right, she's good.
Katlyn will grab that pocket marker and will attempt to make the 8 ball once again in the same corner pocket. This shot would put her up 2-0 and a race to 3.
If she hits this with speed, she might make sure she doesn't have any right spin on the cue ball, because it's going to head right for that corner.
Watch out. So she fails to make the 8 ball. Darlene will have another opportunity here.
It's a bit of an uphill situation for Darlene. This happened in the last track too, is that Katlyn would miss something, and then no easy shot for Darlene to start with here. She's only got 3 balls on the table, but as you can see, there are no easy shots. So in this situation, I would hit the left side of the 1 and just drift the cue ball into the rail and snooker her on. She could use the 3 ball or the 1 and leave a kick shot for Katlyn. That would be the play. The only offensive shot I can see here that makes any sense would make into 2 ball in the corner and center ball with a cue ball into the cushion and out for the 5. But why not take the, yeah, she's looking at that. That's a good, smart move. And I say this to captains and coaches all the time, because they say, you know, there'll be a 2 playing and they play great safeties. And I say, well, okay, but a lot of the safeties, all you need to do is educate your player. Even if you're a 2 and you haven't played for very long, you may not be able to execute a lot.
Right.
But most people can do that.
Right.
Now, she wanted to hit a little farther. She failed to snooker her, but
Well, she's going to have a shot here.
it's a thin cut on the 8. But she definitely wanted it. Even if you came to where she could see it on the other side where it became a bank, would be better than this, because she does have a shot to make this. Make sure she marks the pocket. Again, both of these players are skill level 4 and they're racing to 3. And Katlyn is ahead 1-0 right now, but watch this. This is when it's like you just got to take a deep breath if you're Darlene. She constantly gets kind of a tough situation when she first steps up.
That's got to be tough, too, when your opponent is on the 8 ball and it's just continually, that margin of error is just not there.
That's all right. You know, it's tide will turn. You just got to be a little patient, not make any unforced errors. It looks on the screen, it looks like the 2 ball will go on the side, and it does. But if she shoots that, she could very easily scratch in the corner. So she's going to make sure that not to make. Oh, well, that worked out. A big smile and a sigh of relief there. That was not exactly how she planned it. The outcome is how she planned it, just not how she got there. But that's all right. She'll take it.
She's going to take a drink there. And so interesting situation now for Katlyn, who Had two very makeable shots on the 8-ball. Now finds herself in a difficult position just to make contact. We'll see.
Yeah, I doubt she did mark it, but I don't even know if that 8 goes past the 1. But that was a good
Very
shot. Not
nice.
only made contact, but just enough to where she has left a mess. This is going to be one of those racks that may take a while because both players really are playing smart. Smart pool here.
You don't get this far in the tournament without playing some smart pool. And again, this event got underway on Thursday.
You made a good point, and I mean, you got to have it all. You can't just play offense and get this far.
Right.
You can't just be afraid of shooting and play nothing but defense. You have to be able to play all the shots.
Got to be able to win the tough games.
Play smart.
The games where it looks like, it's not going to happen. Somehow pull them out. That's how you find your way to the finals arena.
We have a location owner in our area that I don't know about anymore. We used to have a little tournament on Mondays, and if you played safety, you got thrown out.
Wow.
So I kept saying,
like
but that's
the
a big
offense.
part of the game.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so a little more defense here.
And as you can see, the 8 won't pass by the 1, so she felt safe leaving her any kind of a shot, the fact that the 1 ball is in the way.
So what's the strategy here for Katlyn then, Ava? I mean, she's got this 1 ball basically. I can't tell if it's frozen, but it's obviously in her way.
Yeah, she's gonna. I mean, my move here would just be hit a solid hit on the 8. The 1's gonna get out of the way, and all you're gonna leave is a tough shot for your opponent. There you go. Very nice play.
She liked your advice,
yeah.
and she followed it to a T. Again, this match has turned into a bit of a chess match here now with the safety play. We'll see what Darlene can do here.
Well, Darlene definitely has the advantage in this rack. There's no question about it, even though she has 3 balls left on the table.
Can't get the 2 to drop, but
no, she was playing a safety, but if she would have played on the other side, then she would have left Katlyn with a kick shot on the 8, and instead Katlyn can hit it now. If she hits a super thin hit here, she's liable to block the pocket on that 1 ball. This is a really good rack.
We're getting our money's worth, folks.
This is very smart play by both players. Just want to touch this.
Again, if you're just tuning in, this is live coverage of the Ladies 8-Ball Championship, all part of the festivities here at the APA World Championships in Las Vegas. This event got underway on Thursday. With 256 teams, we are down to the final 2. You have the Apocalipsticks from Chicago, Illinois, represented here by Darlene Dantes, currently at the table. Their opponents, Hensley's Angels from Blue Springs, Missouri.
No. Looked like she just got down, kind of jabbed at that a little bit. That was a pretty big miss right there, needless to say, especially after what happened in the last rack, and now to give the opportunity, having the advantage and then giving it up again to Katlyn. That's gotta hurt. This will put Katlyn on the hill if she can make this 8-ball. Oh no! Think there's some nerves in here in this match.
I'm starting to get nerves for them. It's quite a nail biter. That 8-ball does not seem to want to agree with Katlyn. So Darlene will have another opportunity.
I've been playing tournament pool since I was 14, and I still to this day get nervous.
Do you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All of us do. If you don't get nervous, that means your adrenaline isn't pumping, and
right.
you can't think as straight as you.
Probably helps keep you more focused when you're nervous,
absolutely.
Right?
But if you don't think that these players are nervous, playing on this stage for $10,000 and on live stream, knowing that everybody at home is watching. And
no pressure. There's probably a good 100 people now here in the finals arena taking in the final match.
All right, safety game is going to continue. She would love to separate that. Well, that's a good play right there.
A question about which team is from Chicago. The team from Chicago is the Apocalipsticks. Again, that is Darlene Dantes in the white sweater, currently seated. That is the team from Chicago. Their opponents, Hensley's Angels from Blue Springs, Missouri. represented currently by Katlyn Harris in black, shooting once again on the 8 ball. I think this makes 5, maybe 6 shots on the 8 ball here. It's quite a few now.
She's only had one real easy shot, and that was the last one. And that happens a lot when you're in a safety battle like that, and you finally get the open shot. It's like you've been playing defense for so long, and you almost take it for granted, like, oh, I'm supposed to make this. And we'll see.
She's going to try to send it across the table here.
Cross bank. Just want to make sure she doesn't hit it hard enough. If it goes 2 rails, if she misses it, that would be a loss if it went in the wrong pocket, obviously. Here we go. Oh, boy, she was flirting with it. All right, somehow Darlene still has life. And anyone who thinks these two players are not really playing up to the skill level you could only say that if you have never played under this pressure.
Right. Let us know when you're playing for 10,000 with a few hundred people watching and cameras on you.
All right.
You talked about the fact that when you play even today, you still get nervous. At what point, though, do you kind of start to settle into a groove in your match? I mean, is it you get a game under your belt, now you're moving? Is there some point where that subsides a little bit?
Yes, and you never know when it's going to happen. Sometimes, you step up, and even though you're nervous, you feel great, and you play great from start to finish. Sometimes you just have to wait and hope that your opponent isn't really on to where you still have a chance to get into the match when you do find it. So
Katlyn finally gets that tricky 8 ball to drop. There in the corner pocket, she now leads 2 games to none in this race to 3. She will once again have the break. Darlene will prepare the rack. Katlyn now on the hill. And probably more important, Ava, is now she has the opportunity here. When we talked a little bit about the 3-point scoring at the beginning of the broadcast, but what's crucial here is if Katlyn wins this next game and shuts out her opponent, they would split 3 points to none, which is huge in these 3-person races. So we'll see here. Big game for Katlyn, opportunity to shut out her opponent, take a big 3 points into to the second match here. So looks like the players are ready to break. Katlyn's going to take a look at the rack. She's going to ask for a slight adjustment. We've talked about this before, Ava, but what are you looking for in a rack, a good rack, when you're kind of reviewing what your opponent's done?
Well, as the breaker, you really want to make sure that, if anything, the top 3 balls are frozen. You can't expect every single ball to be perfectly frozen in this situation, and they could be just a tad off, but the most important thing is that those top balls are frozen so that you can get the good action on the balls when you hit them. Or you could end up with one of those dud racks and nothing happens.
Right.
It's amazing what happens if the one ball is off a little bit over the other 2 are off, and you can hit them as hard as you want and almost nothing happens.
Katlyn will take another look. Seems satisfied this time with the rack. Positions the cue ball. Gets a little extra chalk on the tip. And she's ready to break. Katlyn Harris, Hensley's Angels with the break, currently on the hill. Nice break.
Couple of strikes.
It's 2 strikes to drop once again, with about everything else at the bottom of the table.
It's going to be kind of a mess. She's going to start down here. I would have loved to see her take that 15 ball off the rail instead with a 3 ball blocking there, but
question
Katlyn's
about the
got a plan.
Score here. The score is currently 2-0 in favor of Katlyn Harris. She is in black at the table currently. She leads 2-0, and these players are racing to 3. So she is on the hill, and should she win this next game, she will put her team up by 3 points. Katlyn pockets the 14 in the corner. Leaves herself behind the 12 ball there.
It looks like she's going to try to fire that 15. That's a thin cut down the rail, but about the only thing she has, and that way she can get that out of there because that pocket's blocked by the 3, so why not? Yeah, she kind of hit that faster than she's hit anything else, but that's all right. It was a tough shot. We'll see if Darlene can take a deep breath here and remember how well she's played this whole tournament. And again, double whammy there, trying to forget about the last 2 racks at the end.
Especially that first game there. Where
yeah. Just loosen up a little bit and forgive yourself as fast as you can and just play. That's all you can do.
Darlene described her and her teammates as sassy, so we'll see if they can get a little sassy here and
she needs some
mount a little
sassy
bit
right
of
about
a
now.
comeback.
And now all of a sudden it's pretty open here. Luckily for her, the 7 hung right there. If not, Katlyn would have had an easy shot on the 15 and the 10.
I like the pace that Katlyn plays at. She
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we see players play at a little slower pace. She tends to hop up there and shoot.
I said that to the players in my area all the time is you gotta move around the table. You gotta think of it as a sport and actually walk around. If you need to take some time when you're down on the shot, but if you stand in one place for too long and think and think and think, you're gonna kind of go brain dead and just, you know, get so confused as to what to do. Just pick something and go for it.
Looks like she's going for the 15 here. She can't quite get it to go in the corner.
Ooh, nice leave though.
Doesn't do Darlene any favors though.
I think Darlene might be able to make the 7 ball, but that was kind of her. She would have loved to leave that for later.
Really nice turnout here in the championship arena for the ladies finals. Seeing kind of an overview shot here of the championship room. Darlene with the 7 in the corner pocket.
Doesn't really have anything to shoot at, I think. She forgot to kind of think of the cue ball there a little bit.
Both of these players, again, skill level 4s, which means they are racing to 3 games apiece. Katlyn, who is not at the table currently, leading 2-0.
Darlene's going to go to the defense again, just tapping this 4 into the rail. Smart shot. Katlyn's trying to see. That looks like a lot of traffic there, but if she can hit this, if Darlene didn't come out far enough again, then she's got a combo, I believe. No, but it was a good hit, so we'll see. Now Darlene needs to get her game together here. Just start running around the table a little bit, loosen up.
Yeah, it seems like she hasn't ever really been able to get into kind of a rhythm or a flow. She's always having some tough circumstances at the table when she's up, and just needs to string together a few balls here.
Watch the cue ball.
And she'll start with the 4 in the side.
And this is when a player can be a little dangerous too, you know, because Katlyn feels kind of comfortable right now. She's on the hill. Darlene, if she's got to look at it like, I might as well just run around the table and just play, forget about it. Nothing to lose. I'm already in a bad spot.
Sure.
And that's when the tide can turn very easily.
Well, what's so big here is, and we talked about it with the 3-point scoring, I mean, if Darlene wins a game here, right, that's going to take the possibility of that 3rd point away from Hensley's Angels. So even if she can't pull out the actual match here, just to get this game would be very significant.
It's huge. It's huge.
And that is, again, that's all part of the 3-point scoring, which has been wildly popular. I know when we first adopted it, some people were like, what? How does that work?
Oh,
but
I love it.
It has, yeah, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic.
And it can keep the match, you know, if this was the case, that would be 2-0, and in one more game it would be over, and it wouldn't be a tough way to go from here. But the fact that she has a chance of stopping her from getting 3, getting 2 instead, or even possibly 2 to 1, and contributing a point to her team, it's a huge difference than just a flat 1-0, 2-0. I think it's one of the best moves we've had is coming up with a 3-point system. Makes the matches closer too.
Yeah, and we've definitely seen that here in Las Vegas too. Is the matches all are going longer. They are much closer in terms of playing out through the entire roster, whether it's a 3-person match or 5-person match. Some folks asking, yes, we are here in Las Vegas. We're here at the Westgate Resort and Casino, which has been absolutely fabulous so far this week. I was here a couple weeks ago when our event wasn't going on, a little pre-tournament kind of scouting trip that we were here, and just kind of noticing a lot of the upgrades that they've done in the convention space here. It's very nice.
Yeah, it is.
From the flooring and the walls. I mean, it's really great. They've implemented a lot of great deals here for the players on food and beverage, and really been a great partner since we moved over here to the Westgate 2 years ago.
I think that all, like you said too, and all the kinks have kind of been worked out.
Right.
As far as logistical situations, when coming here for the tournament, they get us now what we need.
Right.
And what the players are looking for. So.
Right.
We've been at the Riviera for so long that other than the last year, it was kind of, well-oiled machine. Everything was running. Everybody knew what to expect.
Right.
But no, it's been really great. Even in April, I noticed a big difference from last year.
Yeah, and their staff here has been so great too.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 15,000 people that come in for 10 days for this event, and their staff is,
wow, look
worked
at this
hard.
shot.
There we go.
Holy
15 in the corner pocket for Katlyn. A little bit of a challenge with that 12 ball, though.
Yeah. This is one of those you have to, if you go down, just hit it with a lot of right spin down to the rail and just try to make contact with it.
Again, this is her team captain, Renee Hayes.
And using
Called
the bridge
that
doesn't make
timeout
it
almost
easier either.
immediately.
Yeah.
Wanted to talk about this, knowing how important this game would be to her team. Just trying to make enough contact to drive the ball into the rail. Nicely done. Here's some nice applause here in the finals room. People appreciating that shot. Darlene will return to the table.
And it's pretty cool. There's a lot of people here just enjoying watching, but the people that are real fans that are really rooting for one side or another, they really picked one side of the
I noticed
room.
that.
Did you notice that when
yeah.
they first introduced? It was kind of felt like a college, a high school football game where you had everybody on one side. Yeah, it was great.
Cool dynamic. They've done the tournament staff, Bill Tufts and his tournament staff, have done a great job setting up this finals arena and the championship arena. You've got big screens overhead that the audience is able to watch, particularly on the tougher shots to kind of figure out on the table. Yeah, it's very cool. Very spectator friendly. You're seeing kind of in one angle on the room.
I think coach just said to play another safety here. The only thing that's bad about it, at some point you got to go for it. If you start playing too many safes, when you do get a shot, and we've seen that with Darlene a little bit, there's a kind of a happy medium there. You can't play so many safeties that you're afraid of shooting. You can't be looking at the first thing you do is, how can I play safe? The first thing you should think is, where's the next ball? Can I make it? And then you kind of assess what the percentages are of making that, and if it's not in your favor, then by all means playing safe. Just be careful you don't get into that safety mode so much you can't play offense. She's left a shot here. Can she cut it in? Does the cue ball pass by the 5? That's the question. Three is in the way for a bank, so I thought for sure that Darlene was going to shoot that one ball that time.
Someone asking if this is doubles. This is the Ladies 8-Ball Championship, so these are 5-person rosters with 3 players competing in a match. Katlyn Harris misses the 12 in the corner. Nearly got it to go.
Each player here does get 1 timeout per rack, where you can kind of discuss with your coach.
Right, and I think we've seen each now take the timeout, right?
Yes,
yeah.
I believe so. And in if you're skill level 2, you get 2 timeouts.
You can ask me questions I'm not sure
I'm
on,
not
aren't
sure
you?
about in the ladies format.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that applies. I think on the local level, but I'm not
Okay.
sure. I'm not sure when they get to the tournament or not.
All right.
So maybe
I'll
somebody will
get
pop
that
in with
clarified.
clarification. Yeah.
I should know that, but I haven't been allowed to play in this. So
Well, and you're not a 2, so
I'm not a 2 either.
I should know this.
Yes, you should.
Just saying. Darlene.
Not a bad shot, especially since that 8 ball does not go in the corner. It's close. She could cheat the pocket a little bit, but it's that's a tough shot, I believe, on the 1. I have an angle here I can see. She would have to hit this 8 ball so perfectly. It's a severe cut into the side, and that 1 ball, we'll see. She feels she can make it.
Yeah, and we talked about it, but this would be a big lead for Hensley's Angels. If she can get this 8 ball to go, that would put them up 3-0.
Oh, she got by it.
And
Oh,
she
nice
gets it
shot.
to
You
go.
can see she cheated the pocket just enough. Great
Katlyn
finishing
Harris
shot.
pockets the 8 ball, wins the first match, 3-0, which means her team will pick up 3 points as they move into the second match. Team captains will head back to their rosters and decide strategically which way to go from here based on the score. Again, Hensley's Angels, Blue Springs, Missouri, now leading 3-0 over the Apocalypsticks from Chicago. Well, that 3-point scoring,
That was big.
that's significant for sure.
And
Apocalypsticks can have their work cut out for them here.
And a 2-0 here now by the Angels, and the match is over. 5 would be the magic number. There's no reason to go on in there after that, because even a 3-0 obviously would not pull it off.
All right, so the team captains, as we said, will take a look at the rosters and decide who they're going to put up next. Let's see the room livening up briefly while the players are not at the table. You're seeing some of the sponsorship banners. Of course, a lot of great sponsors come together to help us put on this event. Our friends at Nationwide, friends at Pool Dog, of course, Aramith, another great partner of ours. We've already mentioned the Westgate and how instrumental they are in ensuring this great experience for our players. Getting kind of a nice panoramic of the championship arena here. Some of the crowd we talked about, and kind of how you mentioned, Ava, you've got the one crowd pro favor of the Missouri team here on the left, and on the right you've got the team rooting for those from Chicago. So Katlyn Harris getting some handshakes and hugs. She's hugging her league operator there, Jonathan Hensley, who's the namesake of the team. Of course, they made sure to point out what a great league operator he is prior to the match, which is always great to hear.
I like that.
You like to have, and I'm sure you know this as a league operator, right? You want your players to have an affinity for you, right?
Yeah. I don't have any Ava's Angels, though.
No Ava's Angels?
What the heck's that all about?
Well, maybe you will after this broadcast. Ladies back in South Carolina, make a note.